one of your responsibilities as an administrator may be to actually import accounts and contacts. And so what I'm going to talk quickly about is some of the steps you need to take as part of your data management responsibilities. So let's have a look. The first and most important thing is that you can import up to 50,000 existing contacts and business accounts, right? So that's important for you to note that 50,000 is the maximum number of records you can basically insert, fields that you can insert into Salesforce at any time. And what this document does is helps you actually prepare your document, and then finally it's going to talk about how to actually run the import wizard. So let's talk a little bit about that. The first thing and most important thing for me before importing data is to make sure that that data is not already in the system, right? The worst thing we can do is actually create duplicate records. So what we have to do is actually prepare our data by ensuring that there isn't existing Salesforce information in the system, okay? So we do a comparison, and if necessary, we actually edit or delete some data. All right, so we clean up Salesforce before we prepare our document. Now, once we have that, we can then begin to prepare the CSV file. And what we do is we export each user's account and contact information to a CSV file. I will show you how to do that. And then we use the spreadsheet like Excel, where we can merge and clean up certain pieces of information. So for example, if there's an updated field, we can add that field in or delete unnecessary fields. Once we do that, we can then verify the information is correct and ensure that it's in the correct format. And especially things like phone numbers. Salesforce has a specific phone number field, a date field. We want to make sure that the contact names and last names are in separate fields, including their titles. We want to make sure that the fields only contain one language, for example. And this is what it will look like, right? So your import field will look like this. The Salesforce field will look like this. And I actually have examples of importing data in this course. So this is just an overview. And what you will do is add the record owner. That's really important. Who owns the record? In other words, you can't just put in accounts. You actually have to have an account owner, a contact owner, right? And what you do then, once you have prepared your CSV, you then run the data wizard, the data import wizard. You click the import wizard. You upload the CSV, you match the fields, and then you upload information. It's important to note that while some information may look like a name, for example, in Salesforce that actually is an ID. So you have to be very careful about whether you're uploading information as a text field, for example, or whether that information in Salesforce is actually matched using an ID of some kind. I'm thinking specifically of account IDs and contact IDs. You can't match Paslaleti to ABC Industries using just those names. Salesforce won't recognize it. What I have to do is get Paslaleti's contact ID and link that to ABC Industries account ID. So the contact ID links to the account ID. And that's the only way the data import wizard knows where Paslaleti needs to go. Now, when I go into Salesforce and click Paslaleti, I will see that she is attached to ABC Industries. So that's what Salesforce will do on the back end. And then when we access it, we see text on the front end. All right. So important for all of us to prevent duplicate accounts and contacts. And what we've got to make sure that we do is there's actually a merge function in Salesforce, and that helps us merge information. I'll talk a little bit about that. Those are the key things that you need to know to both prepare your import file and to run the data import wizard to put this information into Salesforce.